Happy Mew Year. Like the Pokemon. Did you guys know you can't put whole in the title of your stream? Because I found that out today. Why are y'all talking about cream? What is going on here? Screaming and creaming. Stop! Okay, so we're doing basically a just chatting stream today where we talk about the new year, talk about the old year that has passed, and we reminisce on 2023. Sad day for whole heads everywhere. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Chill stream sounds nice. I'm glad. I'm using my old stream playlist. Most of it isn't horror stuff because it's back from when I, like, before I was a full horror streamer. But you know, new happy year. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And it is the final day for me to give out, not a sticker this time, I'm giving away a double-sided keychain with a sticker design, but it's different on the other side. With a sticker design from the other day. So, and it is still Yume Nikki themed, because we're still going with the Yule Nikki theme. This is the final day, technically, of Yule Nikki. I don't even have my Yule Nikki shirt on. This is heinous. This is heresy. What is happening? Oh no. It's fine. It's fine. It's the new year. No more Madotsuki. I mean scuff. It's not scuff. Is it creepy chain, a wet chain, or a holy chain? Oh. Oh. No. Well, it might be a little creepy, actually. Hang on. Let me show you. Let me show you what design we're working with. Let me pause the music for a second. So, the keychain design, one side of it. Where the fuck is it? Okay, this is scuff. This is stream scuff. Don't worry about it. One side is Poniko. The other side is also Poniko. No, I'm just kidding. It's Uboa Poniko. I just wanted to jump scare my chat. But yeah, that is the keychain design I am giving away today. I may do 2 giveaways or 3, depending how I'm feeling. I was gonna do 3 yesterday, but then the internet upset me, so I might do 3 to make up for it. So scary, 12 out of 10, awesome. Awesome, yep. So it's Uboa one side and Poniko on the other side. But, is the music too loud? Let me make sure. It's a little loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. I swear, it's like so quiet. It looks like it should be so quiet. There we go. So now you can hear it, but it's not too loud. There we go. Alright. Alright. So there's a few things. Soup. There's soup. I'm actually making soup tonight. I'm so excited with the mushrooms that we grew. But there's a few things I want to do. Not just because... Thank you for the follow. The Creepy Wet Hole Awards is just one part of this stream. But there's other things I want to do. I want to do a tier list of every game I played last year. Every game I played last year. I made a tier list, and I'm going to organize all the games I played last year into a tier list. And you guys can fill it out yourself if you want to. There's a link in my Discord in the stream discussions channel where you can do the tier list yourself and share your results and all that good stuff. I also want to talk about goals for the new year, and I want to have, like, for the next New Year stream, I want to actually go through all the goals and see how many of them I stuck to and how many of them I actually achieved. Because I think that's a good way to get me to stick to the things that I want to do. I want to do too many things, so if I don't do all of them, that is okay. But I want to try and stick to as many things as possible. But I also have a compilation of all the best moments from last year, and we can watch that. But yeah. Yeah. How's everybody's new year going so far? 2024 goal is to pronounce foyer correctly. I'm probably saying that wrong. So, I'm probably saying that wrong. Got work later today. Ugh! Ah! Not too bad yet. I mean, it's only been like half a day so far. It's only for people like on the other side of the planet, it's been like a whole day, but it's already tomorrow. Doing commission work, starting off strong. I should do that. I'm probably gonna get like back onto commissions tomorrow. Uh-oh.
This is a Moopy stream now.
Oh no! Guys, I found out Moonpie sounds so funny if you put in O-U-H. Just oh. Tablet broke! So you're behind on work. A forced break is nice though. You know what? Yeah, I feel that. Moonpie. Yeah, that's how narrator says Moonpie. Moonpie's now her name. Moonpie. Does anybody have any New Year's resolutions or goals or what have you?
Oh?
Do it again.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god. Correct way to pronounce your cat's name is any way but the correct way. Yep. Moompy. Moompy.
Oh.
No. She refused to say foyer. Stop being a hungry hippo. That's my resolution. I mean, that's fair. You don't... That's fair. I resolved to be more confident, more generous, and to watch more Spoonie plays. Well, that's nice. You don't have to do that, though. Being more confident and more generous, that's a good goal to have. Move to New York by winter? Oh. Oh. That's a good one. How did you... You broke Moonpie. Survive 2024. That is a good one. I know a lot of people will get down and be pretty upset seeing all like the things at the end of the year, people being like, these are all the things I accomplished at the end of the year, and then kind of be down on themselves and be like, I didn't accomplish anything, which I feel that. But hey, if you got through the year, you fucking did it. That's all. That's really all you can ask for, you know? You need to stop being so generous. Oh. I mean, it all depends on your situation. It all depends on your situation. If you have the ability to be more generous, yeah, absolutely make that your resolution. But if you don't, and that's probably not a good idea with your financial situation, well, maybe slow down a little bit. Maybe slow down. Resolution is to pick a movie to watch every day to see how long it'll take for me to get sick of it. Oh. I mean, that's an interesting one. I actually have not watched a whole lot of movies in my lifetime. I've talked about this a few times, especially horror movies, because I didn't get into horror anything until fairly recently, and by recently I mean like 7 years ago at this point, which is recently for me, because I'm immortal and have lived a long time. But I think I need to watch more movies. I think I just need to, instead of scroll social media, be like, nope, I'm watching a movie instead. Because a lot of the time you scroll social media for like 2 hours, might as well take that up with like consuming media. Why are we listening to Hall of the Mountain King? Get out of there. Nah, this is a better song. Such a lover of movies. See, that's my problem, is it takes a lot for me to be impressed by a movie. I've kind of reserved to be like, you know, if a movie is fun, that's all that really matters. Oh Fall of the Mountain King is a banger. It kind of is. I have it in there because I used it to edit a video once. But man, I think the last movie I saw in the theater was the Barbie movie, and I actually really, really liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a solid 8 out of 10 movie, I'd say. I quit watching TV since 2014. Yeah, I don't watch TV at all. Cable TV especially, I haven't watched since I, was living with my parents. Hot take, but serialized shows are better than movies. I disagree. I think it really depends on the type of story you're telling. I think it's often movies, when you have a 2-hour time frame or less, I think you can tell a story in a good pace like that. I feel like TV shows tend to draw things out a little too much, so. Quiz shows are fun. I do like game shows a lot. I have very bad taste in movies, so I love some of y'all's recommendations. Listen. Rowan, Happy New Year. Welcome. Mike Flanagan's Netflix shows like Midnight Mass. I haven't heard of Mike Flanagan. I don't think that'd be interesting. That would be interesting. Pretty recently, back in October, we watched The Thing in my Discord server because I keep hearing that's one of the best horror movies ever. And I'd never watched a John Carpenter film, so that was my first one, and it was so fucking good, dude. The practical effects in that movie were incredible. Oh, I love House Moving Castle. I've actually seen that a lot. I think that's my favorite Miyazaki film. I only watch TV at my parents' house when I'm visiting, and even then they usually just watch movies and old weird shows on Roku. Yeah, my family is the same way. My family doesn't really have cable. Just what's it called? HBO and stuff. Streaming stuff. The Among Us movie. Yes, it is essentially Among Us, the movie. Bad Samaritan, I haven't heard of that one. Was blessed to see The Thing in a local indie theater last year. Oh, I think I heard about that. Or heard that they were showing it in theaters. But if it was an indie theater, then maybe not. Maybe I'm hallucinating. I think it's pretty much Among Us the movie, but better than Among Us. I mean, Among Us is a good, fun game, but it is pretty cartoony. The Thing is just so good at creating that tension. You're constantly questioning whether somebody is the Thing or not. It's really fucking cool. You don't trust anyone, not even the main character. You're just no. And that last scene, oh, spoilers for The Thing. The last scene where it's just the two of them left. One of them, you don't see their breath in the cold, but the other one you do, the protagonist, I forget his name. That was so good. Oh, it's such a good movie, and the practical effects are the best I've ever seen. The best I've ever seen. They were so good. Oh, sorry, I'm nerding out. I haven't even started what I was saying I was gonna do. I'm just enjoying talking about movies and talking about New Year's resolutions and stuff. The other one also drinks gasoline. What does that mean, Sketch? Keep nerding out? No, I love talking about the things I love. And I enjoy when people enjoy me talking about the things I love. Oh man. My favorite movie is still Akira. We gotta have a movie night with Akira someday. Our next movie night is actually gonna be a recent movie that I haven't seen yet, but I would really like to. My interest is piqued. It's called Extraordinary. It came out in 2019, I think, or at the beginning of 2020. It is a comedy horror film, and Erdorf, the creator of Faith, did a short game, I think, to promote that movie. And it was so weird. I was like, what do you mean this is based off of a movie? And so everybody in my chat was like, so when are we going to do movie night with this? And I was like, you know what? I actually legitimately want to see this movie. And it also has really good reviews. So I'm like, What the heck? Ever seen the anime Another? No, I don't really watch anime. John Carpenter is a living legend, but Big Trouble in Little China. Oh, I've heard good things about that. Escape from New York. I need to watch Escape from New York. I freaking... Is that the one with, Plissken? Snake Plissken? Because I named freaking character, or part of a character, after Snake Plissken. Ah! Alright. I normally don't like comedy horror, but it looks really fun. It looks mostly comedy, and then it has some horror, which is the best way to do it. That Snake Plissken. Yep! Awesome. Okay. Alright. Now that you all have told me about your New Year's resolutions, I'm going to tell you about mine. I don't like calling them New Year's resolutions because a lot of people, you know, when you say a resolution, you just mean like one thing normally, or a couple things. I want like a bunch of small little things. Some of them are bigger than others, but you know, I have a bunch of personal goals I would like to make, and different categories of goals because I'm an overachiever. That's just how I roll, baby. That's just how I roll. Okay, let me make sure I get it up before I do the display thing. Because I have to capture my whole screen for this for some reason. Here, just open that one. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Is that it? Yeah! Cool. Alright, so I have a couple goals. Not a couple. This is a little bit more than a couple. Oh, I love this. I love this music. It's very quiet right now, but that's okay. I can't think if it's too loud. So, for streaming goals, I want to try to get to about an average of 50 viewers. I kind of hover between 25 and like 28 lately, so I think I can get there. Honestly, I think that's a realistic goal. I really just need to find more things to get people to keep watching. I need to find more ways to engage with my chat and to hold people's attention. I kind of think I have slacked on that. I feel like being a talking cat and moving cat has helped significantly in the growth of my streams and my community and all that, because I do think it is more engaging and more exciting even when things get quieter for me to be a talking cat where you can read my expressions and stuff. But I think that's achievable. I think that is a possibility to at least reach an average of 50 viewers at one point. I think I can do it. I think that's possible. But I think what I really need to do to achieve that goal is to just get, like, better at, like, constantly talking. That sounds terrible. But I think I just want to be better at, like, speaking with you guys, you know? Engaging with you guys. Next goal, get to 3K followers. We are almost to 2K. Be loud in social media as well. I would love to be loud in social media, but it hurts my brain. We'll talk about that later. Get to 3K followers. That is a thing. That is a thing I think is also achievable. All of these I think are achievable to a degree. Because we're at like 1.7 followers now, and last year I essentially doubled my follower count. I'm pretty sure I was not even at 1,000 this time last year. Social media is a doom scrolling trap if you're not careful. Exactly. I think posting on social media to like being loud on social media is probably a good idea, you know? Scrolling social media is not a good idea. It hurts my brain. It really does. And it makes me less productive, and I always am regretful of scrolling social media because doom scrolling, yes, and also just, it's a time sink. It's a time sink. Do you enjoy this Pac-Man music? Because I do. I love it. I'm sorry. Okay. This next one is probably going to be achievable very soon-ish, but I do want to get it done sometime this year. Now that I have iPhone tracking, the iPhone can also track, like if I stick my tongue out, it can notice that, and it'll actually have the tongue stick out on my model. However, that needs to be implemented into the model. That needs to be a feature on the model. It is not currently. So I was going to commission my friend who made the model and did the rigging and everything and say, hey, here's some money. Give me some more expressions. So another thing that the iPhone can track is a cheek puff. So I can puff my cheeks out and stuff. See, I'm a very expressive person, and I think it shows a little bit more now in my model. But I want it to show even more. Honestly, I wanted to show even more. Another thing, and this, I don't know how achievable this is going to be, but I do want to figure out VTube, what's it called? VTube Studio on my own and work with it on my own. I would love to commission another model of Spooky. Spooky, if you don't know, is the horror version of me. I would love to make a model of Spooky and a redeem so people can switch out this model for Spooky instead. Now, Spooky is very goopy. Spooky is covered in goo and covered in blood, and also I want the intestines to be hanging out, but I don't know if Twitch will let me do that. I don't know if that's not... I don't know. I don't know if Twitch will let me do that, but I really want to put physics on the intestines hanging out, because I think it'd be great. I also would do like a voice mod thing to make my voice sound creepy, and have an effect going on. So imagine like a redeem where just suddenly, and then I have my intestines hanging out. Yeah, there's a horror version. Spooky. I mean, I'm turning into the version of the Spooky version in the background of this image. So, you know. So, something I want to try to hold myself to every month is, I want to try to do supercuts. Like, more supercuts of streams. Especially ones where the shorts do really well. That's kind of a gauge of, like, whether or not I should, make a supercut of that. So, I kind of want to see... I kind of want to do a supercut of the Beyond Good and Evil playthrough, because I really enjoyed that, and I think a lot of people in chat really enjoyed the introduction to Beyond Good and Evil. Also, there were a lot of glitches I found somehow that I never found before, and it was really funny. I also kind of want to do a supercut of possibly Yule Nikki in general, without the duck stream. I do like the duck stream, but I think just editing down the duck stream would defeat the purpose of the duck stream, which is just kind of chilling with ducks, and having a quick supercut of that would not make sense. But I feel like an edit together of Yume Nikki, Yume Tuki, and Dot Flow would be pretty interesting, honestly. And those shorts do pretty well as well. I did go to the Void in Beyond Good and Evil, and then an enemy bugged out and got stuck in the wall. And that was cool. I don't think it was bugging out because it was an old game. I think it was bugging out because the HD remaster didn't consider a lot of the things when implementing the HD. I think a lot of things broke it. And that was the problem. I was about to say, it's not that old. It's a 20-year-old game, so it is pretty old. It came out in 2002, I think. It's 22 years old now. But those are my streaming goals. Come on. Come on. Art goals! Update commission and ref sheet. I'm actually in... I actually already updated my commission sheet. I just need to post it because I want to finish my ref sheet before I post everything and then get a new pinned going on. New pinned tweet. Unfortunately, it seems like Twitter is not going under. I guess fortunately. At least Twitter's not going under anytime soon. I am enjoying using B-Sky as opposed to Twitter for, you know, personal posts and stuff. Speaking of personal stuff, I want to draw more art from me. I think most of my art pieces that I do, like, every year are for other people, which is fine. I really like working on commissions and occasional, like, gift art and stuff. I like making art for other people, but I need to make more stuff for me, more personal art. They messed up Kingdoms of Amalur with its remaster. A lot of remasters mess up stuff. There's desync, there's just a lot of things that get messed up in remasters. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas for personal art that I just want to do myself, for me. And so I'm going to make it a point to actually make art for me this year. As much as I can, as much as I would like to. Because sometimes I will put it in my head and be like, I need to draw more stuff from myself. And even though I don't want to, I will start drawing a piece that I tell myself that I want to draw. And I don't want to do that. I just want to, like, anytime there's an itch to draw something, I want to draw it. You know? Do it. Make it a point to do that. I also want to start my next game project. I don't want to talk too much about, like, what I want to do for the next game project. But, I mean, we could take this opportunity if anybody has any questions about what the next game project is going to be or anything about it. You can ask here and I can answer as much as I can or would like to. But I would like us to start a Kickstarter for the game. So I would at least like to get some sort of, like, demo or trailer out. I don't know about a playable demo. Like, I would like... no, it has nothing to do with mixed feelings. It's not a VN. It has no connection to mixed feelings whatsoever. But, I am done. I am done with mixed feelings. I'm not doing any more. I'm saying that right now. I'm stopping at 2. No more! What would the genre be? A horror game. It's gonna be a horror game. Start a Kickstarter for the game. I want to do that. And I was talking about it last night. I would do a Kickstarter and use the money to, like, have time to work on it, because any time I spend working on the game is time I don't spend working on commissions, and commissions are how I make my money. So that would make up for not taking commissions, because I would have to close commissions for the duration of working on this game. But that is a thing I definitely want to do. I have to learn Godot. Because I want to make the game in 3D. And that is a program I need to learn how to do. Yes. So that's a big jump from RenPy to Godot. But fortunately, from what I know, Godot uses Python, and so does RenPy. So, you know. The last goal, which is up to fate, get a booth at MFF. I really want to get a booth at a convention again. I've only ever run a booth at a convention once, and that was a booth entirely around my webcomic I was working on at the time, and that was really fun. It was at an anime convention, but being among the artists at the convention rather than the cosplayers and all that, it was really cool. It's really cool to make friends with the booth mates, or the booth neighbors rather, and talk to them and check out their art and talk about my art, talk about my comic, and those connections are what I like the most about conventions, and I just want to do more of that. So if I'm able to do that, get a booth at MFF or even a booth at Anthrocon, because I think they open up their booth submissions in November or so, that would be super cool. I would love to do that. I would love to figure out what kind of art to sell. I kind of want to focus more on horror themed art, but I got to figure out a bunch of more original stuff because I know they're not super strict about it, but they prefer if you do not fan art or other people's IP. Boof. 3D horror, will it have tank controls? It'll be first person. You heard boof? No, booth. I still need to get mixed feelings and you're already thinking about making a new game. I've been thinking about making a new game since, many years. There's a lot of games I have in mind in my head, and now I'm thinking about a Yume Nikki fan game. Now I definitely want to make one. Boof at MFF sounds normal. Yeah, you know, I want to boof. I want to get a dog at MFF. That's a normal thing you can do. Nah, listen. Yeah, you're free to boof. Free to boof. That's unnatural for me. I shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, I want to get a booth at MFF. If I go to MFF, it has to be for a booth. I want it in the dealer's den though. I don't want it in the artist alley. I hate the artist alley. I'm sorry, MFF. I hate the artist alley. They have a whole system where you gotta like apply for the artist alley the day you go there. Like, what the fuck? And you apply there, and then maybe like they have a lottery thing, and they pick the artist for the weekend to have a booth there. And it's like, well, what if you take all your shit, you drag all your shit there, and then they go, oh, sorry, we don't have a booth for you. It fucking sucks. They do the same thing at AC. I've learned. That's why I want one in the dealer's den. I'm like, no, I want guaranteed a booth. I think they have a corner of the artist alley where they like guarantee you a booth that you can pay extra for, but the area is also really fucking small. Like, you get such a small table, and it's like, it's not worth it, dude. It's not worth it, dude. Anyway, those are my art goals. If anybody has any more questions about possible, or not possible, thank you for the follow. If you have any more questions about game projects, let's do it now. So we know, horror game, 3D, first person. You can't really do tank controls with first person. That like, it has tank controls by default. You press forward, you go forward. Like whichever way you're facing. Mist? No, I'm not making Mist. Make horror game, but you are a tank. That sounds not fun. Mist! Horror or survival horror? Atmospheric horror. I'll give you that. Maybe a fish tank? Your little fish tank on wheels, and you gotta wheel away from the sharks. I don't... Tanks fighting monsters? Nah. Nah. There's already a game like that. Everybody's thought of everything already. Everybody's thought of everything already. Okay, atmospheric horror, 3D, first person. Horror, but only be able to know what's happening through the tank viewing port. You know what? That actually sounds pretty cool. Atmospheric horror where you're stuck in a tank trying to figure out how to escape while a horrific monster waits outside. Okay, you guys are onto something. Fish tank on wheels going through a Resident Evil mansion, but it has the Death Stranding balancing mechanic and you can't spill your water? No! Iron lung, but in a tank. You know what? We're onto something. We're onto something. We're onto something. I actually posted what my next game is. A little bit more about what my next game is going to be, but I think most people who saw it thought I was joking. Anyway, hey, Y'all know about the Kenosha Theater. Do I have the theater slideshow in here still? Hang on. Yeah! We've been talking about theater goals for the restoration of the Kenosha Theater, which is this lovely building you see right here. The lobby is essentially pretty, like I've said this many times. It is done. It's essentially done. There's like some small things that need to be done and redone because there were leaks and stuff that happened in the lobby, and the floor still hasn't been completely finished. But in order to make it like actually ready for occupancy, like for people to be allowed in there for like you need a bathroom. So the most like recent development with the fundraising money we made in June was pipes. It's all stuff that's kind of boring to look at because there's nothing to look at. It's all underground. So there was work done with pipes to make running water a possibility in the theater. So that's actually really exciting news. So this is a personal goal of mine. I don't know, like the last fundraiser we did, we made 8K, and that's insane. But I want to push it a little further. I want to push it a little further. For the next fundraiser we do this year, I want to make 10K. I think we can do it. I think that's possible. But, you know, I'm just reading everybody's ideas in the chat for a new game. But yeah, pipes! Woo! So, I want to do a few fundraisers this year. I don't know if I'll do any more 24-hour fundraisers, maybe 12-hour at most. Because I'm old and doing 24-hour streams hurts my body. And it is very hard to do that. 12 hours feels like nothing. 24 hours, I'm gonna die. I can't do that again, and I especially can't do a 24-hour Silent Hill stream again because I love Silent Hill and I want to keep loving Silent Hill, and if I have to play that game for 24 hours again, I will cry because I love it and I don't want to hate it. Pipes, possible Hole Award contender for 2024? You're right. You're absolutely right. You're right. I gotta figure out... I have a few ideas. We've like kicked around for another fundraiser that might involve Minecraft, might not. Does a pipe have one hole or two? Let's not. No, has one. Continuous. So there's a lot of like different goals I have written down specifically for the theater and like a timeline for all the things we want to do. One of the first things we want to do this year is, so the basement has been cleared out for a bit, and the basement was actually recently waterproofed. The basement of the theater has been known to leak a lot. Like, you go down there, there's puddles, and it smells gross. There's also an electrical room that is flooded. It's the death room. We call it the evil death room. It's terrifying. But it was recently waterproofed, so now leaks can't get in it anymore. Hopefully. So now that's a thing. Now things can go into the basement. There's a storefront right next to the theater that actually leads into the theater now, since a door was installed. I was mixing door and installed together, and so that didn't turn out right. And this storefront is just full of shit, and we want to move all the shit into the basement, and that way that can be cleared out, and that can be used as like an actual like studio, recording studio and stuff, supplemental kind of deal, and we should be able to do that within this month, hopefully, by next month. Another big thing that will take a while, that doesn't sound super exciting, but I swear to you, I'm really excited about it, is installing a lobby. I wrote that wrong. Bathroom in the lobby. I mixed my words up. We want a bathroom in the lobby. Because once you have a bathroom, then people can actually go into and use this building as a venue. So, that is going to be another goal. Spider dance. But the main goal that I'm really excited about is we want to have the lobby ready for occupancy by October. And with that bathroom, that will make it a possibility. And I propose the idea of a real life fundraiser Halloween party. So if we get everything ready by October and then people can use that space, we can advertise like a fundraiser Halloween party. People can come by and check out the theater, the rest of the theater, which is still not restored. Go to the back, pay a fee, do a donation, check out the rest of the theater, etc., etc. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. So I'm really excited about that. Before I get attacked by the ad, I wanna... Personal goals! I wanna work out more. These are my own personal goals. I don't wanna go to therapy. I think it's time. I haven't gone to therapy since 2016, so I think that's a good idea. I think it's time. How many years? It's like 8 years, dude. I also want to look into gender-affirming care, so there's this cool thing I have learned. There's a place like 2 hours away that does stuff for trans people who want gender-affirming care and has a really good financial aid system to the point where my friend recently got gender-affirming surgeries, didn't pay a cent. Didn't pay a cent. And I'm like, what? What the fuck? God, I want that. So I want to look into that. At the very least, I want to look into that. And I said I was going to come back to this one. I wrote down log the fuck out. Because scrolling social media and being very, very online, I love my online friends. And I will continue to talk to them and hang out with my online friends, of course. It's mostly social media that I really, really just want to stop scrolling. And like I said earlier, I think it would be a much more productive thing to, instead of scrolling social media for 2 hours, watch a movie for 2 hours. You know, a lot more enriching experience than scrolling social media for 2 hours, you know? Going outside more, you know? I wish I could go outside more right now, but it's 27 degrees out and I'm set about it. But when I can go outside, I love being outside all the time. I want to freaking hike more. Yeah, no more doom scrolling. No more doom scrolling. It's good to be in the know about, like, all the shit going on, but when you're continuously doing it, it becomes... It gets to the point where it feels like self-harm, you know? It's unfortunate. 27 Fahrenheit, so that's negative something Celsius. I added this in post after I, already exported this image from my laptop, so it's in the wrong font. But I want to improve my living space. Now, I have a bad habit. I have a really bad habit of just settling with janky shit. For example, in my kitchen right now, I have just a chair to set stuff on. That's not the only surface I have in there. I have like a cabinet thing where I cut up vegetables and stuff, but I don't have a whole lot of surface area to put like things on. And one of the surfaces I have and use is a fucking wooden chair. And I'm just sitting here like, you know what? I need to stop doing this to myself. I need to actually invest in some like good things to use around the house. Just small things like I had like a shitty like table that was left in my apartment by the last tenant that I was putting my TV on, and then all my movies were in boxes underneath, and that was janky as hell. And my friend actually got me an entertainment system, like a simple one, but in payment for a commission. Yeah. Kitchen surfaces are life-changing, and you're correct, Osk. Oh, man. Oh, man. Especially this year, that's a solid goal. Yeah, it's an election year. I don't want to be doom-scrolling on an election year. I will lose my fucking mind. But those are my goals. You guys want to watch a compilation? A compilation of all the best moments from this last year. And then we can take a break, perhaps. Let's do that.
You know, if the
Camera?
lights stay on in the house that you're in,
Yeah.
EMF on the fuse box will check if it's a djinn.
Okay. I hope Thibby is still in chat, so I
How's
can
your melon
embarrass.
collection?
I can embarrass him. Wait, what?
Jeez, I'm not.
What?
Why are we laughing about melons?
Vase, it's affixed to the table and can't be moved. Will you inspect it? Yes. Death trap game. Ow. Got pricked by a rose thorn and it's gonna kill me. Ooh. Rose was poisoned. The poison courses through Aki's body. Oh. So that's why they fucked Tomitake-san.
I was gonna say fucked too.
They fucked
But also,
that-
no one's saying they fucked that old man. He's not even old. He's like 27.
broke my model. I was laughing too hard. They fucked that old man.
I wish that's what happened to him. Good
Why
for
did they
him.
block it out? They killed him. What are they trying to say? Fucked? Killed? Married?
They're trying to make sure that they didn't get banned on TikTok.
I guess. They unalived that old man.
Hey, did you know?
What?
If the ghost follows you anywhere that you be, put it in your journal that you're dealing with a banshee.
You like melons, right?
You're great.
Oh no! I found the secret word.
You said.
Melons. I forgot melon.
Okay.
His
yes,
face.
I think this evening is over. You've got to leave.
Oh. Alright. What? Why?
We'll be fine. Just go.
I just talked about melons. Trip. Please. Oh, look, there's my PNG tuber. Yay, the memories.
Who are you?
Oh god. Oh god. Please.
What's your name?
Double
Let
me
me
look terrible. Yes!
If you're staring at the ghost and you're feeling kind of dumb, you should go and check your sanity. It's probably a phantom.
Blem! You came in.
Ben!
Melon
Hi,
boy.
it's so great to see you.
Shit.
Who is that happy face? Oh! Shit. Once again. Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh god. It's the goddamn. Takes a hit from a minecart like no problem. Not afraid at all. Not concussed at all.
Did you know? If it doesn't step in the salt, don't lose faith. Take out your journal and mark yourself a wraith.
The beatboxing.
Did you, like, make all these up or what? Okay, I gotta do it. I can't not. Look, mandrakes.
Aw, the baby's not super great. Oh, that's unfortunate. This is my son, Beef. Hi, Beef. Welcome to the world. The origin of beef need to be put in the oven a little longer. Norman Reedus won't pick up the fetus. What is the keyword? Jareth the Goblin King. Melon. 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 Melon.
Oh, is Spoony doing this spirit box?
Yeah.
Cool. Fire in the hole.
Motherfucker.
Hey, did you know? If it hunts when you talk and you don't know why, you gotta keep quiet because you're dealing with a yokai.
You good?
Door won't budge.
Hi.
Hello? Are you okay in there?
It's the forbidden.
We've all had
forbidden
those
word.
days.
Forbidden
Is it
word
gonna
for
do
her
the
too.
Silent Hill 2 jump scare at me?
Oh, you know what that is, folks? Give me a second. Yeah, you know what that is, everybody?
Whose grave is this? There's no name on it. Oh no.
Now, Lamb,
said that one.
Oh no!
Did that like respawn?
I need a
after I left?
compilation of Silent Hill reference.
Holy shit! What? What the fuck? There's so many
Oh my
downpour
God.
clips because downpour sucks so much. Something tells me I might need this wrench. Oh.
World events major update. They found
So
some.
why is
They
HTTP?
found the
Oh,
sub.
did they?
Why
Oh
is
my
that
God.
there?
Imploded.
That's weird. It imploded.
They're all dead.
Oh,
Aw.
Oh, no.
fuck. Well, rest in peace to all those folks.
Oh no.
Nobody died. I mean, they died. They died. Never mind. Never mind. I
There,
was
there were
like, I
people
didn't
who
die.
died.
There are a lot of people who died. That's terrible. That's real people. That's real people. God damn it. No!
No! Oh,
Bad.
cursed.
I shouldn't have left. I shouldn't have left. Oh, fuck hell. God damn it. No! I'm being
Okay.
killed. Oh my god. So much Silent Hill. What even? What even? Oh! I don't even need to be here.
Ah, damn it! I forgot the phone kills me.
Did you
It
know?
starts out slow and then it becomes benevolent. I hope you got smudges because you're dealing with a revenant.
Benevolent. That was
I could make a rap about Demon, but I
randomized
think
Silent
we
Hill
would get you
4.
banned with-
What? Oh, I have to search around. Oh, that's cool. I must search. This shit made me so mad. I have a problem. My controller doesn't vibrate. Fuck. Shit. Oh. I'm okay. Oh, I forgot I did this. This is not tolerable. He's not even there. What the fuck is wrong with this? Guffman, where are you? Is it okay? Maybe. Oh, there he is. I don't know. What the fuck? This is broken. This is a corruption stream. Well, I have a therapist. Yes, he's here.
I've read your notes. The other therapist didn't work out for you.
The last therapist didn't work out because he was invisible. Unless I did and I just didn't realize it. Hey, what the fuck? Did you guys... Bruh! What? Why does this happen to me so much? Oh! I found the most secret ending of all. Why are you... No! Sasha, he's gone! Why is my chair so
hang
big
on.
here? The... God, it's not attached. Hang on. Oh! Why am I small? Oh no! He's probably okay. Oh!
Cyrus, don't worry, everything's
It's my throne. What?
find a way out of
Guys. The bit rate. These Ammonites? Guys. Guys. Guys, why does this happen to me? Where's the mushroom? This game has to have the mushroom with the water. I want that. You know the mushroom with the water.
This
Does
was a
anybody
hit
know what I'm
clip.
talking about? They'd have them at like hotel pools. There'd be like
I didn't
a
even
mushroom.
save this
There'd
VOD,
always be
so I
that
needed
kid,
this.
and sometimes that kid was me. Like sitting under the water of the mushroom, letting it hit their back, contemplating life, thinking about the meaning of it all, thinking about procedurally generated lazy fucking river. We're here! Holy fuck! I like this game. This is what I was talking about! I need to disassociate underneath the mushroom. Unbothered. Moisturized. Happy. In my lane. Focused. Flourishing. Under the mushroom. Every day we are blessed. She moved the
Oh,
book.
that crucifix is lit up again. Oh, come on.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
Sai's dead. I heard him go, aw, come on. Yep, it's hunting.
You're good. It stopped hunting unless you're dead. And I'm sorry.
Wettest
Oh,
game.
no, the side's dead.
We'll
Fuck.
find out
Oh, there
about that. Right in the... Oh! Awesome. It's not enough My Friendly Neighborhood clips,
That looked
but
useful.
I just really enjoyed this game. Hey. Oh! Speaking of misogyny, time to beat up this woman.
And I am willing to touch the summoning circle to summon the ghost.
Oh.
And let myself die.
Sai's probably gonna die.
Boys hunting.
Yep, Sai's gonna die now. Oh, no. Well, yep,
That
maybe.
was so quick.
Well, yep. I still have yet to get to a second ending, huh? Unless that was considered an ending, because it brought me back. I'm mad at myself for putting this in. Okay. Oh. Oh, I don't know what that was about. I'm sorry.
Keep screaming shut the fuck up at me. It only makes my opinions worse. The holiday motherfucker. 24-hour sleep cycle. If you awake, you fake. It's bedtime, bitch.
My favorite,
Really? Come on.
My favorite part of the 413 one is somebody in chat went, "What was that?" And I went, "What was what?"
Oh.
Sai died.
God damn it!
Every time.
Every
I swear.
time.
Let's see if I can do it without dying this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you've been the first one to die in most of the match.
Literally most of them except for like one.
If I'm not allowed to holler at the zoo animals, I will face God and walk backwards into hell. So long, suckers. I rev up my motor suits and create a huge cloud of smoke. When
Cloud
the
of
cloud
smoke.
dissipates, I'm lying completely dead on the pavement.
Yeah, it's not like ooh, leh. Not how you say that. Maybe we gotta,
Just inserting my dominance as the alpha.
we gotta play Lethal Company. What? I think this is one of my favorite clips from this year. What? 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 Moon pie? I don't even see. What the fuck? Hello?
Makes your apartment whole big and round.
Oh, this one too.
Big and round,
You need some water? I can't believe. I sound so Oh, that's a fish. That's a fish. Fuck. Fuck off. Ah! I'm gonna be brave. Oh, I hear the water moving. Oh! No, my hammerhead shark! Bro, what the fuck is that? Should I be afraid of this? No! No! Get away from me! Oh! Help! No! Oh, I hate this game! Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Help. Ah. Ah. No! No, it's Duke! I can't believe Duke of Ass killed me.
Well, we'll figure that out later.
No! Oh my
There are too
god,
many
is it
tails
actually
on screen
infinite?
right now.
This is a contender
If you like.
for the
A
whole
steady
award.
leap forward for video games as a medium. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the whole.
Oh,
It's more of a
my eye tracking that day was not having it.
warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
All right.
Great.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's an Easter egg in Silent Hill 2 where if you knock on a bathroom door, there is a random chance that while you're walking away, a jump scare will happen. If you are like that, the timing, dude. I have to. Oh, this is gonna suck. This is my. Oh god, this is my favorite ass.
Boss, you killed a child.
Oops.
Amazing. Mission complete.
Amazing.
That right there
Mission
is why
complete.
You're the best, boss. The one and only.
Yeah, even on very easy, there are times where I'm struggling. But stealth is usually like pretty tough for me. Ah! What, you guys want me to go back in the hole? Alright, chat demands hole. Guess we're getting more hole. We love hole in this chat.
For heaven, the problem is that you like holes too much.
You got me! Good lord. Alright.
Enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Have to get them the eyes. Oh my god! The timing of that resub was incredible! More?
I really do have so much more to show you and to talk of. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
This is how it's infinite. More hole? Alright.
Well, there it is.
Oh my god, it's like a kiddie pool. I guess this is the rest of the game.
They're already dead. All 12
This
of them.
shit.
When did it
This is
happen?
recent.
Well, about 100 years ago.
Like
God
too
damn it.
much, it's not normal. Gosh, how could I
No,
guess you're back in the
no.
hole?
No! Why, you don't even know what my joke is yet! That was my joke. Have I ruined my chances? Oh my god. This is the best game ever made, I think. I descend. We descend deeper. Change my perspective. No! It's like the Indian soap opera. Change my perception. I wish I could wipe my memory of this game and do this again. Oh, what's the scariest perspective? Oh! Holy shit. Whoa! Puppies.
Stanley? Stanley?
No!
Stanley!
No!
Good, you're
Bring me
right.
back!
It seems you had sort of dozed off.
Bring me back!
Drifting away into dream.
No! Beautiful. Amazing. Amazing. This is where I'd put all the links and stuff for YouTube and all that. I'm gonna hide that because I know I'll forget that I'm sharing my entire screen. Oh, what was everybody's favorite moment? What was everybody's favorite? I gotta know. I gotta know. I think my favorite was the boss you kill the child. That was so fucking funny. My favorite was the part where Spoonie... Whoa! That's all of it! Oh, the wrong TTS was also good. Alpha Moon Pie is really good. Okay, when I come back, we'll actually do the Creepy Wet Hole Awards. I'm gonna do a break. Let's go. Hey, I'm sorta back. I swallowed some water wrong. So it took me a little longer than normal. I may need a minute. The wrong hole. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. Alright. Alright. It's time. I have a drum roll this time. I have a drum roll. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna play music. Go. Yeah. Good lord. There we go. Alright, before we begin, what do you guys think the creepiest game of 2023 was? Not necessarily that I played, but that's what this is about. What's the creepiest game you played in 2023? First thing that comes to mind. This is too quiet. I need to know. Give me your answers. More music. There we go. It's so quiet now. There we go. All right. That's a good question. Don't play creepy games. Well, what's the creepiest game you watched? So, the contenders for creepiest game of the year were Higurashi, Chapter 1, Anatomy by Kitty Horror Show, Cooking Companions, which I played fairly recently, and Mother, not the Earthbound one. There was an indie horror game I played on Mother's Day called Mother that I just found looking up Mother's Day games. So those were the 4 creepiest games, I think, personally. Creepy is a vibe. Creepy is a specific vibe, I think. It doesn't necessarily mean the scariest game. It just needs to have an atmosphere that is creepy. Like, it needs to get under your skin somehow. Somehow. And I think all 4 of these games got under my skin. And I want to talk about each of them individually. Just a little bit. Cooking Companions was very good at making me constantly think there was going to be a jump scare, but there never was one. Which I think is a very good way to make things creepy. And, Higurashi Chapter 1 also did the same sort of deal, but not quite. It was more of a slow burn, get under your skin sort of horror, and it was really, really good at making me feel very uncomfortable. Am I winning? I would say so. I'm not really playing a game right now. I need to turn my music down again. Go down a little bit. There we go. Jisatsu? Ah! Resident Evil 4 Remake. I loved that game. I think that was my game of the year, honestly. But it wasn't the creepiest to me. It had its moments, and I feel like they definitely like ramped up the regenerators a little bit in that, and that was always the scariest part of that game to me. But Resident Evil 4 has never been like super scary to me. It was my first horror game, and I think it was for a reason, because it had jump scares that were mostly they just happened. Like, there was the guy in the shed at the beginning of the game that jump scares you. But they were fine. But yeah, that can be the creepiest game you've played. It's impossible to lose if you're not playing it. Yeah, that's true. But Higurashi. Mother. I want to talk about Mother. I'm going to talk about it more later, probably. But Mother was just a game I found at random that had an impeccable, like, the style and the atmosphere was, like, one of the most oppressive atmospheres I've ever, like, experienced in a game. It was, like, it rivaled PT almost. For some reason, that game had such an atmosphere that made me constantly afraid that something was going to happen. The disappointing part of that game is that it turned into a jump scare fest toward the end, like a FNAF-like, practically, where there was just a creepy monster walking around your very small home, and every time it ran into you, it jump scared you. And it was like, of course you were going to run into it. It was completely fucking pitch black dark in your house. Of course you're gonna run into this motherfucker all the time. But before that, the game had such an awful atmosphere that made me feel so unsafe at all times. And I really think that game in particular had, like, me on the most edge. Then there was Anatomy. Anatomy also did that. It also did that. Anatomy by Kitty Horror Show. Oh my god. The thing about Anatomy is that it wasn't really a game as much as it was a story that had an interactive amount to it. Which you can argue Cooking Companions and Higurashi were also that. Because, like, they were both visual novels. And Anatomy was like, here, press this, put this tape into the tape recorder. Now go find another tape. I will tell you exactly where it is, though. Go get that tape, put it in. And there was, like, that was the only game element, was grab this, put it in, grab this, put it in. And it was just like, here, just go collect this thing to hear more of the story, which I think is a really good way to showcase your writing. And Kitty Horror Show has really, really good writing. So one game Reed played that actually freaked me out. I forget its name, though. Ooh! Ooh! There's a jump scare where a guy hops out of a locker late in the game. I remember that one. Oh yeah! The guy on fire in Resident Evil 4? Anyway. Oven Man! Creepiest game of the year was Anatomy for me. Funny enough, Higurashi and Anatomy tied on the poll that I made on Twitter. They tied, like a perfect tie. And I was like, I'm gonna be the tiebreaker. And say that Anatomy creeped me out slightly more than Higurashi. Actually, Higurashi did get under my skin, but Anatomy, like, stuck with me for like a week. It stuck with, like, I was constantly thinking about it, because if you're unfamiliar, Anatomy is about it's like a theory that houses or buildings, structures, mostly like a family house, is like, it's alive. And the way that it explains it is it compares all the different rooms to the different parts of the body, which is really interesting, and it sounds pretty goofy when you explain it that way, but the way it was written and the way it was presented was just so immaculate. Just looked it up. Oh, Lost in Vivo's good! I need to replay Lost in Vivo. I'm gonna skip this song. I like this song, but it has words. Lost in Vivo legitimately creeped me out a whole lot, and I played that last year. It was so good. It was so good. I really need to replay it, especially now that it's been a year. I will have forgotten most of the scares. Anatomy particularly got under my skin because it got me thinking about the theater and how, because it was mostly about how abandoned places will feel abandoned. And that's why they do things like have their basements like fill with bile. And I was just talking about how the basement used to leak all the time. So hearing that line in particular from Anatomy got me feeling things. I think I actually like teared up during stream about it. Like this this game really affected me. Oh my god. I am also so glad you told me to play Vivo, and it took me a while, but when I finally played it, I enjoyed it. I do need to do another stream of it because that last stream I did not do it justice because my computer was shit. But yeah, no, if you haven't played Anatomy yet, it is super cheap and it's super short. You could probably finish it in less than, probably even less than an hour. It's a short game. Kitty Horror Show. I think it's like $2. But that's our creepiest game of the year. I didn't do a drum roll. I'm a fucking idiot. I'll do a drum roll for the wettest game of 2023. Perhaps. What do you guys think the wettest game of 2023 is? In your opinion, what was the wettest game we played this year? What is the wettest game of 2023? Most wet, most water, most wetness. Goosh. Dredge? Dredge is a contender, for sure. Metal Gear Solid 2? JM says Subnautica. That's also a contender. Iron Lung was last year. Iron Lung won the wettest game last year, actually. Raiden did fall in water. Yeah. Yeah. How Fish is Made is also a contender. I think there's one more contender you guys aren't thinking of. Lethal Company. That game is kind of wet. It can be. Iron Lung is pretty wet. That's why it won the wet game of last year. It won creepy and wet. So Iron Lung is like certified creepy and wet game. You have no concept of time. I understand. I completely understand. Was Downpour wet? It was surprisingly not super wet. It had some wetness, but not nearly enough to be the wettest game of 2023. The other game I put as a contender was Soma. So those are our 4 contenders for the Wet Award. The Wet Award. You couldn't tell with the texture loading, it was more kind of melty. Yeah, dude, I was actually watching Techie play Downpour the other day when I rated him. And he was like looking up at the ceiling, which was like had really good looking water actually, and I didn't even realize in that moment that there was water on the ceiling. It looks cool. I was kind of upset. That's the thing about Downpour that pissed me off, is that there were a lot of cool set pieces in Downpour, but the game and the story and everything just sucked. It just sucked. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. This background music sounds so familiar. This is Night in the Woods right now. This is Night in the Woods. Okay. What about the Boogeyman? The Boogeyman was like the shittest part. Shittest part. Like the Boogeyman was just kind of there, and then they did that whole twist like, oh, you're actually the Boogeyman. And it was like, stop trying to be Silent Hill 2 without actually understanding what makes Silent Hill 2 good. Oh my god. I'm just ranting about Downpour now. Downpour does not win the wet game of 2023. There's a lot of wet games. How Fish is Made was pretty wet. Uncomfortably wet. I loved How Fish is Made. And I'm kind of sad I forgot to put a How Fish is Made thing in this slideshow. Because that game was super wet. Dredge was pretty wet, because you're a fisherman. Fishing around. Soma was pretty wet. You were in the water quite often. Quite often. And you were underwater like the entire game. Subnautica. You are submerged in the water at all times. I wonder what the wettest game could be. And the winner is... Subnautica. Humans are 70% water, so isn't most game protagonists pretty wet? Yes. However, Subnautica, you are submerged in water like 99% of the game. Also, I couldn't play much of this game. I had to stop. I played 2 streams and I went, I can't do this anymore. So I'm sorry. I promised at least a stream once we reached the goal that we reached. And I did a stream, and then I was like, you know what? I want to do another stream. And then I did another stream, and I was like, I fucking can't do this. But Subnautica, I think you're a good game, and I think you would be my type of game if you weren't underwater. Because I love... What is Subnautica considered? Is that considered an sim? Is that an immersive simulator? I don't know. I love, I guess it's like a survival. Okay, yeah. Survival game. What is the difference between an sim and a survival game? They're like the same, from what I could tell. I don't know. I like games with crafting. I like games like... So I like Stardew Valley so much, but it's not a survival game. That's just a farming sim. There is no difference. Is there no difference? I don't know. Subnautica is a really good game. I do kind of like how they just drop you in the middle of everything and go, alright, figure it out. Figure it out. That's cool. I like shit like that. I really like shit like that. I liked that about The Forest as well. I never finished The Forest, but I did like that aspect of that game. I thought it was really neat. A lot of games have imsimmed qualities. The main sticking point of the imsim is that you are given a problem and then you solve it however you want with the tools given to you. Is Baldur's Gate 3 an imsim then? I don't know. Anyway, we are moving on. We are moving on to the 2023 game with most hull. Yes. Well, now I know. I've learned. I have learned. I'm glad a Silent Hill 2 song is playing while the game with most hull is being announced. So this is between 2 games. Anemoyapolis and the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Anemoyapolis had a part where there was an infinite golf course. Putt-putt. Indoor putt-putt. So essentially, that had infinite holes. And Stanley Parable also had an infinite hole, but they weren't so honest about the infinite nature of the hole. However, over 40 holes? No, it was infinite. It went on forever. I went past 50, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, however, the infinite hole sequence in Stanley Parable filled me with such joy that despite it not actually being infinite, it brought me infinite joy. It brought me so much more joy than Anemoyapolis, which was an okay game. That part in particular was very frustrating because I didn't know what to do. A lot of that game was just running around procedurally generated screens until it decided to generate an exit. And that was fucking stupid, and I didn't like it. But Donut County exists if anyone wants whole game recommendations. Oh, I guess I have a whole game recommendation. Is it a horror game? Is it a horror game? I have the Infinite Hole clip, like in its entirety, queued up in this this whole rigmarole. I don't know if we want to watch it again, but I do believe Stanley Parable won the Infinite Hole, or just the whole award in general. Do you guys want to watch that whole clip again? We can watch it again. If not, If not, I can skip it and talk about other things. Show us Hole. I'm gonna show everybody Hole. Let's go.
Well, we'll figure that out later.
No! Oh my god, is it actually infinite? This is a contender
If you like.
for the
A
Hole
stunning
Award.
leap forward for video games as a medium. I don't
We'll
know
watch it
quite
again.
How to say this tactfully, but it's
Chat
possible
demands
that
Hole.
I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the whole.
Oh.
It's more of a... Then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
Alright.
Great.
What, you guys want me to go back in the hole? Alright, chat demands hole. Guess we're getting more hole. We love hole in this chat.
For heaven, the problem is that you like holes too much.
You got me! Good lord. Alright.
Enough? I'm positively thrilled.
More?
I really do have so much more to show you and to talk. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
This is how it's infinite. More hole? Alright.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god, it's like a kiddie pool. I guess this is the rest of the game. Have I ruined my chances?
It's spiritually infinite.
Oh my god. This is the best
Spiritually.
game ever made, I think. I descend. We descend deeper. Change my perspective. No! It's like the Indian soap opera. Change my perception.
I felt like I was losing my mind.
What's the scariest perspective? Oh! Holy shit. Whoa!
Stanley? Stanley?
Everybody like puppies.
No! Bring me back!
It seems you had sort of dozed off.
Bring me back!
Drifting away into dreamland.
No!
Hole is
One more
just so
hole.
It's good shit. That's good shit. That's good shit. That was good shit. That was one of my favorite moments all year, honestly. Okay, so I have a few other games I want to talk about. Honorable mentions, you could say. I've been wanting to have another award, like a supplemental award for best scare, or scare that got me the most. We all know it is pretty hard to get me real scared. I do jump a lot, but to get me to exclaim and also bang my knee into my keyboard is like no easy feat. I don't know how does any moment from last year come to mind? What game scared me the most? But that was so scary. I'm so scared. Well, that's the one that won. Oh, it's 2024. You're too late. You're too late. But the answer may surprise you.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Goodness gracious. Well, I have the clip where I got the biggest reaction from a scare. The scare that got me the most. So get ready. It's from Buddy Simulator 1984.
I wonder if Grampton is like the spirit of...
Fuck! That scared me.
Oh, that gave me chills. Oh, that was good. I'm awake.
Hello. I remember that was so, it got me so, like you heard my knee hit my keyboard and you heard me yell fuck. And also that entire fight, I was like shaking because it scared me that bad. But that's another thing is, let me see if can I play my music again? There we go. That's another thing is, I really liked Buddy Simulator 1984. And I wanted to talk about this game too. It didn't win a Creepy or Wet or Hole award. However, it was one of my favorites that I streamed. I think part of it was I had absolutely zero expectations for this game because it was just one of those like Steam recommended games, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of vaguely like a fun, creepy indie game. So I went in with zero expectations. I didn't know what this game was gonna be. Essentially, what I got was what I wanted from Undertale, which sounds weird. When Undertale was recommended to me, it was often described as off-like the RPG Maker horror game. And I love Off, and I've been wanting another thing like Off. Now, I don't think Buddy Simulator is anything like Off, but it does have the horror element that I wanted from Undertale. Undertale had a little bit in the Amalgam Laboratory section. I wanted the entire game to be like that, but it wasn't. The entire game was like happy, fun, cutesy shit, which is fine. I like Undertale. It's good. It's enjoyable. However, it wasn't what I expected, but Buddy Simulator definitely took a page out of like Undertale's like handbook and went, what if we made it actually scary? And I was like, this is what I wanted. Undertale isn't even close to Off. You're right. Has a few inspirations, but they are on the complete opposite ends. Absolutely. You are right. And that's why I was so disappointed. But if you haven't checked out Buddy Simulator, it literally is heavily inspired by like Undertale. However, it has way more meta aspects to it, and it also has way more like it is deep in its own way, because it has meta aspects as in you can dig up corrupted documents, and you can open the documents for the game, and when you dig up the uncorrupted documents or whatever, you can find them and you can read them, and you can put together another, like a parallel story that's happening, and it's really fucking cool. Buddy Simulator is really good. It really surprised me. I did not expect what I got, and I think that's a lot of the reason I enjoyed it so much. It was good. Toby Fox talked about a few times about how Papyrus was apparently inspired by Didon. What? I didn't know that. Oh, I love that. An early version of him. That makes more sense. But I love Didon. That's what he sounds like. I love this song. I don't remember what the next clip is from. I think it's from Mother. Cookie. I have a cookie. Okay, I gotta stop the music for this because I want to talk a little bit more about Mother. You want a cookie? Thanks, you're welcome. I just really liked what
Oh my
they
god, that's
did
not how cookies work!
with the warping.
Who are you?
This
What
part
are you?
too.
Uh-oh. Kyle? Alright, well I'm going toward the creature because I want to protect my son. Go to bed, Kyle. Go to bed, Kyle. Go to bed, Kyle.
I gotta pause that because that moment in particular was so fucking scary. The lead up to that was particularly scary because like every day you had like a to-do list, and as a mother, like as the day went on, your kids got into shenanigans, and then you would add to the to-do list because that's what the life of a parent is like, especially a single, recently widowed mother. So one of the things that you added to your to-do list was to straighten all the paintings because Kyle was going around being a little shit and making all of the paintings crooked. And it was really cool because as you were straightening all the paintings in the house, your view of everything started to get more and more crooked. So that moment right there, that's when the view became like really crooked, and then there was that really cool ambiance as the creature was like staring at you from across the hallway. Oh, it's really good.
Kyle? Alright, well I'm going toward the creature because I want to protect my son.
And then the light going off,
Kyle.
and then the monster disappearing. That's such
Kyle.
such a common gag
Go bed, Kyle.
in horror,
Oh, no.
but
No. Reassure.
it's so good.
Reassure.
That
Kyle?
ambience is so good.
Shit. Hey, you want a cookie?
This was just silly. I wish that game didn't turn into a jump scare fest because there was so much unique stuff that it did, that like just uniquely like terrifying stuff that it did. It was just it freaked me out. It was really good. What is this? Oh, this is a clip from Dredge. I also want to talk about Dredge because I understand why it didn't win the Wet Award, but this was probably like, this was up there. This was one of my favorite games. No. 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 Fuck off. Okay, we lost. Get away frames, from me. But we should be good now. Eat my ass. Eat my ass. No. Eat my entire ass. Fucking... Hang on, what else was there in here? Oh, My Friendly Neighborhood. I'll talk about that later. I loved Dredge. Dredge was one of my favorite indie games this year. Dredge was, like, I don't know, maybe Cocoon is good. But Dredge was one of my favorite indie games because it had such a good, like, mixture of, like, it had a good gameplay loop. It had a really good, addicting gameplay loop. Now, I'm a little disappointed in the DLC because it was short and kind of unsatisfying. The writing was really good. I just wanted more, personally. I could have beaten that in, like, an hour. I beat it in, like, 2. But the DLC was a bit disappointing. I think it should have been a free DLC, personally. Not to downplay the work that the devs put into it or anything. Because it was still good. It's just, it was disappointing because I had already beaten the game and gotten everything for the game. I think my recommendation is, if you want the DLC, you should get the DLC before you play the game. And you should do the DLC because the gift you get at the end is not helpful at all unless you haven't beaten the game yet. Unless you want to get, like, the different, you know, you want to 100% all the fish and stuff. I enjoyed Cocoon. I've heard good things. Was it the Dave the Diver crossover DLC? Why are we losing frames? I'm gonna throw myself across the room into the wall, face first. Ugh. Ugh. No, it wasn't the Dave the Diver DLC. It was the Pale Reach DLC. It was the Winter DLC. No, it wasn't just you. Normally, it's everyone. Do it if you bad. I will. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna crack my skull onto the wall. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. But anyway, Dredge was good. It had a good. It was It took the fishing minigame and made it an entire game, and a fun game at that. I often said it reminded me of Beyond Good and Evil, the just exploring aspect of it, and going back and playing Beyond Good and Evil actually solidified that idea in my brain, because there's just something about, like, just sailing around the water, finding cool things, and the added aspects of you get to fish, and there are fucked up fish, and then if you stay out too late, you'll see fucked up shit on the sea. Just really resonated with me because, fun fact, I come from a long line of, like, sailors and people in the Navy who likely saw some fucked up shit on the water when they were out sailing. So I feel this game in my heart, and I really, really liked this. I really liked Dredge. It was one of my favorite games this year. And the other favorite game was this one. Down. Emergency.
Yeah, Spoonie finds themselves deep down in the abyss beneath the studio, staring into the depths of hell full of puppets twisted by hatred and malice. Oh god. Oh fuck.
Thank you. unfriendly. Oh no. Please stop dropping frames. Please stop dropping frames. Why are you dropping frames? Oh. Oh. Every time I do a New Year's stream, this happens to me. So, My Friendly Neighborhood was a really good game. I don't think it was particularly scary, which is fine. You can have a horror game that isn't really like all the time scary and have it be good. There were definitely some really good scares in there. Like the tub one was really good. And there was one where the light was flickering and there was like just a puppet at the end of the hallway. So the light flickers and you just see a glance of the puppet and it's like, oh! Horror games don't have to be scary. This is true. Or they can have like elements to them that are creepy and good. And I thought, like, honestly, I yelled the most when I was playing this game because like being grabbed by the puppets was always so jarring, but it wasn't like a FNAF jarring like sort of thing. It was similar, admittedly, but there was never any screaming involved, and that's good. That's a plus. But it still was very like, oh, every time. It was very, very Resident Evil, and that's a good thing. I love Resident Evil. And it was very, very much dropping my frames. So I'm probably gonna, if it goes red again, I'm gonna go on break because we have reached the end of this segment anyway. And I'm probably going to switch the internet to something else, probably. If it goes red again during the break. But, yeah. Yeah. These are all the games that I wanted to talk about in particular. What games that I played this year did you all enjoy the most? Leave a comment below. Okay, we're not going red anymore. That's good, at least. I'm gonna run an ad though. Never mind, I spoke too soon. It went red. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm gonna switch internet. Woohoo! We're back. Yippee! Alright, now that we're back, I'm gonna run the ad. If it'll let me. There we go.
the fuck? I came back and I ran the ad. And then it's like, incoming ad, right after the ad ended. I hate it. Ugh. Anyway. Hey, I have a tier list. Hang on, let me music. Fuck yeah. Alright. There we go. Alright. Ads be adding. I just don't care anymore. Because it's not letting me run it manually anymore. Because it's like, you just ran an ad. And then like, then why are you automatically running an ad? Fuck you. So mad. So I have a list of every game I played. I might have missed a few. But that's okay. I'm not gonna get every single one of them. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Thank you for the gift sub. Oh my god. Mumford and Sons. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, I'm just gonna let the ad play over my tier list, but because that's fine. If you guys miss like 3 minutes of my tier list, it's not a big deal. So we're gonna go through every single game, almost every single game that I've played. A few have been excluded because I didn't beat them, or I didn't play a lot of it, or I didn't really get enough of a taste of it to give it a spot on a tier list. So we're gonna do this together, everyone. We're gonna do this together. We have at the top right now Ao Oni, which was an indie horror game that was kind of memed upon for a while. It was one of the RPG Maker horror games, a very early one. Not earlier than Yume Nikki though. It was definitely inspired by Yume Nikki, and I think Ao Oni kind of like started the entire yes, let's make an RPG Maker horror game where something chases you and you die. You know, like Witch's House. You know, like Mad Father. You know, like Misao. Stuff like that. However, Ao Oni kind of sucked ass. I didn't beat it because the puzzles in it were too fucking obtuse. They were just way too obtuse. It was like, break this plate. Now use the sharp shard of the plate to cut open this one piece of wall that is slightly different off-white than the rest of the wall. Hey Proxy, welcome. I'm shit-talking Ao Oni. I'm gonna put it in could be worse. I gave up. So I'm gonna say it could be worse, because it could be worse. It could be worse. So, I'd shit-talk Ao Oni. You know what? That's fair. I would also shit-talk Yume Nikki, which I'm probably going to do during this stream. I love Yume Nikki. Yume Nikki has inspired so much shit. Yume Nikki is immaculate. However, it is a shit game, but I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Commodore, you're in an ad. You don't hear what I'm saying. No! Let me shit-talk Yume Nikki. It did inspire Ao Oni. But Ao Oni is shittier than Yume Nikki. Oh, Yume Nikki is a walking sim, absolutely. It's an exploration walking sim. It can be boring as hell. I was talking about this last night. It is intentionally boring as hell, I think. But I love it. Why are we talking about Ao Oni? Give me a second. Why do you think we're talking about Ao Oni, my friend? I'm doing a tier list. That is one of the games I played, and that's why I would be talking about it. Oh, you need to refresh? Okay, that makes sense. How can you say that when Ao Oni has the South Park mode? What? What? Oh. Oh. Okay, next on the list. These are not in any particular order, clearly. We have Yume Tuki, the fan-made sequel. I barely scratched the surface of Yume Tuki. However,
I do think it surpasses the original in that it feels far more like a dream to me, and even somewhat more like a game, I would say. I don't think it's super playable as a single-player game. I think it is far more enjoyable as a multiplayer game. So getting other people to show you where the cool things are is really fun, and I like that. Also, hey Theo. The Yume's are good games. I don't think they're good. I don't think they're great. I don't think they're great games, but I do think they are good art pieces. I will put it that way. I think Yume Tuki is a little bit better as a game than the original Yume Nikki, I will say. Can't stick around for the tier list? Don't worry about it. Have a good day. Don't worry about it. I have this game changed my brain chemistry, which I don't think Yume Tuki did. Really fucking good. Solid. I'm gonna say it's solid. Solid. Yume Tuki is solid for what I've played. I still need to, like, experience, like, the endings, I think. You need to just have a game where you aimlessly walk around strange landscapes. Yeah, absolutely. Same thing with, like, LSD Dream Emulator and stuff. Sometimes you just need an interactive art piece like that. And I feel like the only thing that really makes Yume Nikki games games at all is there's a collection aspect to it. But Kikiyama themselves like didn't like say that you even needed to beat the game. You can just walk around forever if you want. And that's great. I love it. Next game is After Monster, which is a game made by Mayu Zane in the chat, actually, that I played for a short showcase. And I enjoyed that. It was solid. I think it was his first RPG Maker game, and he did all the sprite work, which is absolutely insane. That's really good. And also I like Mayu's art. Mayu? I don't know. Mayu. I like Mayu's art a whole lot, and it had a really interesting twist, and Mayu has a really neat taste for horror. It's a very specific taste for horror. It's a very sci-fi take on it too. And I'm gonna say it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I liked it. It was fun. Solid. Solid, pretty cool. I'm gonna say pretty cool. Pretty cool and solid are kind of like in the same like tier. Just slightly different. If that makes any sense. Alan Wake. Alan Wake I played recently. I had never really heard of Alan Wake until fairly like a year ago. I somehow missed Alan Wake entirely. Alan Wake was an interesting game. It was fun. I didn't think it was particularly scary, but I did enjoy my time with it. I wasn't a huge fan of the story, but after like thinking about it a little bit more, I liked it a little bit more. My problem with it was how literal everything was. Like, the lake was an evil lake, essentially. It was like a portal. It was like a weird, fucked up, supernatural evil lake. And that was kind of silly. It was very Stephen King, though, and I do like Stephen King. Oh, the stream died again. Oh. Oh. Hey, guess what? After today, I'm probably gonna have better internet. I'm moving my office elsewhere with better internet. Cool, we're gonna get another ad. I know it's like a better download speed, which doesn't really affect streaming, but we'll see if it's more stable. I don't know if it will be. I'm hoping it will be, but that's one thing for New Year's we can look forward to. Yippee! Woohoo! Yahoo! Yay! Okay, Alan Wake. What was I saying about Alan Wake? Music. If it goes red again, I'm just gonna be like, all right, creepy wet hole awards happened. Who cares about this tier list? I can do it later. You haven't gotten an ad every time it crashed? That's weird. Well, whatever. Whatever. Well, that's probably good. Anyway, Alan Wake. I'm gonna say it was solid. It was solid. I did enjoy it. Anatomy. We talked about Anatomy. That was our creepiest game of the year. This game changed my brain chemistry. I do think it did. I do think it did. It made me think about it for a long time. I was constantly thinking about it. Oh. I already talked a lot about Anatomy. Alan Wake good, not scary, and maybe a tad too combat heavy, but the story was so engaging it kept me there from start to finish. I mean, you probably missed it because the internet was taking a shit. I wasn't crazy about the story, actually, which is weird. I was constantly wanting to know what was going on, but it kind of did that. It had like the Lost syndrome, which I think Lost was popular around the time it came out, which makes sense, where it was just constantly like, oh no, what in the heck is going on constantly, and I was constantly having more questions rather than anything answered. But I'm excited to eventually check out Alan Wake 2 because I hear a lot of good things about it. I do need to play it Control first. But yeah. It was a very Stephen King story, and I do like Stephen King. Our next game was Atama. Atama was an indie horror game inspired by Siren, and the Hanging Balloons, the Junji Ito story, The Hanging Balloons, which is a thing where people had their heads floating as giant hot air balloons with nooses at the end. It was terrifying. It's actually my favorite Junji Ito story. So obviously, when I heard about this, I was like, well, I gotta play that. Honestly, the game had a safe mode where the heads could go after you and just disappear after they attacked you. Other than a few like event ones, like that really helped the enjoyment of the game, I think, because I'm not good at stealth, and it was a stealth game where you could see through the eyes of your enemies, like Siren. Forbidden Siren, I think is what it's called. The story wasn't a masterpiece, but the TV show format the game has is super fun. It was very fun, I will give you that. It's super enjoyable. Control is awesome. I've heard mixed things about it, actually. It looks really cool. It looks like my cup of tea, honestly. But Atama, I'm gonna say it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It was a great idea, and I think the game design was really solid. I'm saying solid. I'm gonna say pretty cool. The game design was solid, though. Next on the list is B3313, which is a ROM hack of Mario 64. I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here in Just Not For Me. I think B3313 is cool. It is honestly very Yume Nikki-like, which you'd think I would like that. However, because I didn't grow up with Mario 64, I did not get the intended experience with it at all, because I don't know how to play Mario 64. I thought it would be a funny prank to pull on everybody, to be like, this is I'm playing Mario 64 for the first time, and it's actually like a creepypasta ROM hack. So it plays off of a lot of like things from the Mario 64 community. So I didn't pick up on a lot of those because I'm not part of that community, and I never have been, and I don't know any of the myths and the beta build stories. I don't know any of that. So I just, it kind of all went over my head. There was nothing creepy about it to me. I wish it was creepier to me. I wish there was something like this for a game I actually did grow up with, like Spyro. But we don't get that. We don't have that. Speaking of Yume Nikki, I had to dip and didn't see that stream to the end. Oh, it's meditation time with Case, apparently. I didn't take that out. How did you enjoy Dot Flow, and did you finish it? I did finish Dot Flow. I got the, I assume the bad ending. I did like Dot Flow. I liked it more when I was, like, looking up all the events that I missed. And I pieced together the story a little bit more. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was interesting. Speaking of, I didn't put Dot Flow on this list. Shit. Forgot about Dot Flow. Whoops. Or did I put Dot Flow on this list? I think I put Dot Flow on solid. I think I put Dot Flow on solid. Or pretty cool. One of those. Let's see. Next is Beyond Good and Evil, which is really fucking good. I'm gonna put that on really fucking good. Just putting that out there. It's really fucking good. It wasn't my first time playing it because it was a Nostalgia November game. But Beyond Good and Evil still holds up really well, both with the story and the gameplay, I think. The combat is has become a little meh, because I think combat has evolved over time with games and gotten a lot more fun. The combat is still fun, it's just very basic. But Bunny Graveyard. I'm gonna say it's solid. I loved the art in Bunny Graveyard. I wasn't super wowed by any of the gameplay in it. And it was kind of all over the place and a little weird thematically. Because one, you played as a cursor, like a hand cursor. And two, there's just a lot of like weird stuff going on. And I want to know more. I do want to know more. So I kind of just walked around and talked to things, and then there were mini games interspersed throughout the game. The story is intriguing so far, even though I don't know what the heck is going on. You can kind of deduce a little bit, but there's going to be multiple chapters. This was chapter 1. I'm going to say it was solid, and I'm intrigued about that game. Series. Mad Father. Mad Father was really fucking good. I liked Mad Father a lot. Had a really good story, had a really good style, had a really the gameplay was fine. I mean, it was you just walk around and check things, and the puzzles were good. There was a sliding puzzle that I hated, and that's about it. That's about it. I forgot this was on my playlist. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put Misao in really fucking good as well. I did go back and play the original Misao off stream because the creator puts it explicitly at the beginning of the game, please don't stream this game. So I played that on my own time, and I did like the original better in a lot of ways. The definitive edition was also better in a lot of ways because they added way more deaths, and it made it a comedy game, essentially. They also reordered a lot of the stuff. In the original Misao, you get the entire compilation of why all of these characters that you saw die in the game were shit to Misao, and why she killed them. You get that all at the end, and it's kind of like a barrage of like, oh god, of too many things happening. The definitive edition was really nice, and after each character died, you learned how they were shitty, and I thought that was paced better, personally. However, the censorship of the game kind of upset me, because in the original, you were collecting Misao's body parts, which was really grim and really dark. In the definitive edition, they decided that's too fucked up, and you're gonna collect her belongings instead. And it was like, There was also a scene in the original where at one point you had to hide, and you hid inside a cadaver, and that was fucked up. And then the definitive edition, they made it a giant stuffed bear. Stupid. It was dumb. Next one is Mothered. Not Mother, Mothered. That one was interesting. The vibes were impeccable. That was the one where your mother was a mannequin. I played this game before I was a VTuber. I was a PNG tuber still at the time. There was one section where I was looking for like 6 apples in an apple orchard that were impossible to fucking see, and I was there for an entire hour looking for these fucking apples. It was harrowing. It was... the story of that game was cool. I liked the story of Mothered. And I liked, for the most part, the vibes. I did like the vibes. I didn't like the gameplay a lot. Because, 1, the apple thing was fucked up. And 2, it was so dark all the time. But I kind of forgive it because it set up a really good scare. Where I had to get really close to see anything because you couldn't see anything until you were really close to it because it was so dark. And there was one time I went in my room and it was dark, and I went to where I knew the lamp was, and my fucking mannequin mother was standing right there, and it was terrifying. Good game, but please remove the apple orchard section. Yeah. I'm gonna say it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Crooked Man. Oh! I loved Crooked Man. Crooked Man was really fucking good. I'm gonna put Crooked Man in front of Misao. Crooked Man was great. Crooked Man was a lot more dialogue heavy. Oh, I have 2 wine ads. It's like, hey, you wanna be an alcoholic? Here you go. Oh my god. Crooked Man was great. Another RPG Maker horror game. Part of a series which I still want to continue. I loved the message of the game because if you missed that stream, or those streams, I think there were two of them. One of my favorite streams of the year, one of my favorite playthroughs. The game followed this dude who I forget the name of, unfortunately. He was going through a lot of shit. He just went through a bad breakup with a woman he was sure he was gonna marry. He also had to drop out of school because he wanted to be a pilot, but he couldn't be a pilot because he was colorblind. And you can't be a pilot if you're colorblind. His mother was also going through some shit. She had some memory problems. She had a brain tumor, I believe. So she was in the hospital and couldn't remember who he was. And this dude was going through so much. And so throughout the game, you find other people that are going through similar situations, and he has to tell them like it is, essentially. And I really liked that. My favorite point that they made was there was this kid who kept trying to get into this really prestigious school, but he just couldn't do it. He failed the entrance exam several times, and he was like, no, I'm not gonna give up though. And protagonist had to be like, dude, you just gotta learn when you can't do it. Because he had the whole thing with the where he wanted to become a pilot. And I think that's something that a lot of stories don't touch on enough, is that sometimes you gotta know when to give up. Sometimes it's better to give up. David. Cool. Yeah, that was his name, David. It was a good game. I liked the story a lot. It made me tear up at the end. It was good. It was really good. Really fucking good. Anemoyapolis. We were talking about this a few times. It was alright. It was alright. I think it was beautiful. I think it was gorgeous. There were a lot of really good areas. As for a game, it could have been more interesting if it went more, hey, what if we just did a walking simulator game? It was very frustrating, because of the procedural generation. How it would make you wander through an area for like 20 minutes, an area that was pretty boring most of the time and very samey looking until it decided to generate an exit. Hey Zesty, welcome. Love the idea of we are all going through our own stuff, some worse than others, but we are still going through the stuff. Yeah! Please check out Crooked Man. It's a good game. It's a good fucking game. It made me, made my heart swell. But Anemoyapolis had really cool environments, very liminal space horror game without the horror. I am not afraid of, I am not creeped out by liminal spaces alone, and I know that's kind of like hypocritical of me because I have my BRB screen that's all liminal space pictures that I've taken. I like taking pictures of quote-unquote liminal spaces. I like taking creepy, cursed photos. It's fun. However, I just think they're cool. I don't think they're particularly scary, especially on their own. If you give me the implication that there might be something else in the room with you, in the area with you, then it gets creepy. Then it gets good. What is this? Is this just ambience? Oh, this is off. Ooh! Okay. So, there was only one chapter of Anemoyapolis. If there's another chapter, I definitely want to play it. I want to see what more they can do with it. I think Anemoyapolis suffers from the same problems that almost every single liminal horror game does, in which you just walk around and nothing happens, and then, oh, suddenly a scary creature in the distance, and then nothing again. Yeah, that's kind of what Anemoyapolis did. Toward the end, it actually had like some creature chasing you, and it was cool, but I wanted more of that, you know? I do. All the BRB photos are pictures I've taken. There was one that my friend took, actually, but they're all actual like pictures that I've taken. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about Anemoyapolis. But Dredge, I already talked about Dredge. Dredge was really fucking good. Doesn't matter where I put it. Dredge was really fucking good. I love Dredge. That's all I gotta say about Dredge. Boat game. Loved it. Also, hey Red, Happy New Year. Higurashi. Really fucking good. Really fucking good. Anime bullshit aside, I had a fun time. I had a fun time playing it. Milk inside a bag of milk inside a bag of milk. It was alright. It was alright. I think it had a really good way to capture what it feels like to have some sort of neurosis. OCD. It captures that feeling of mental illness pretty well. Pretty well, I think. Do I remember much of it? Not really. I just remember the vibe. I kind of want to check out the sequel. Was it Milk Outside a Bag of Milk? Despite the anime bullshit, Higurashi is formative for me. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? On the VODs of Higurashi, there were a lot of points where I was like, there was some anime bullshit happening that I was like, ugh, I'm just gonna skip through this. And then I like was just skipping through shit because there was gross shit happening, like fucking what's her face wearing like a cat outfit, and I was like, isn't she like 8? Okay. And so I just covered it up with like the theater slideshow and then like skipped through it, and then there were like weebs in the comments like, oh, I can't believe, what is the point of playing this if you're not even gonna read it? And it's like, well, suffer. Go play it yourself, it's free. What was this one? This one was a Kitty Horror Show one. I think this was Krisha. It was pretty cool. That was the one, it felt very Night Vale. That one was interesting. It was the one with the obelisks, I think. It was pretty cool. I liked all the Kitty Horror Show stuff. There was always something like really neat that was done. Like there was like, I was trying to collect all the things to hear the entire story. And there was like one area where I was like, I can't jump to that next platform. And then when I went to jump, I actually jumped really far and I was like, whoa! That was really cool. Weebs deserve no rights. You're right. You should say it. Okay, now going back on the topic of liminal horror. We have Hypnagogia. Hypnagogia was solid. That was solid. I like that more than Bunny Graveyard. I liked Hypnagogia a lot. I liked Hypnagogia because it did use liminality. It did use liminal spaces in the context of like a PS1 game, and how a lot of areas in PS1 games feel very liminal and very like creepy in their own way. And also like just made the area gave you like objectives to do in each area that were like unique to each area, and I thought that was really neat. And it was an interesting like short game. It was 2 hours. It was a game jam game, I think, done over the course of a month, which I would love to do something like that, honestly. But I liked Hypnagogia. I did play like half of Boundless Dreams, but I was so tired I ended up dropping it and I didn't save that VOD. Someday I will go back to it because I do have it still and I should go back to it. Cooking Companions. That one was solid. That was solid. That was really creepy. That was really good at making me constantly think there was a jump scare about to happen. It was funny too. It had the vibe of an Alan Resnick short film, because I was constantly questioning whether it was a horror game or a comedy game. And it was both. I was so uncomfortable, and during like really tense and serious moments, suddenly it'd be like, you have grown closer to this character, and play a like funny jingle. It was ridiculous. I loved it. It was great. I can't wait for the sequel. Oh, Clock Tower 3. Oh no, what do I say about Clock Tower 3? I really enjoyed streaming it with Cal, I will say that. As a game, it had many problems, most of which being with the bosses. The bosses fucking sucked. The cutscenes made me feel like I was going insane. Because the mocap was like sped up, and it was a journey. That last boss fight, I had to like completely zone out so I could do it right. Because if I misstepped at all, I was done for. There is no game quite like it. That's the thing. That's the thing. I did really enjoy that game so much that, or like streaming it at least with Cal and everybody, so much so that I was like disappointed when there wasn't more to stream. I love watching Clock Tower 3. I don't think I'll ever want to play it. I never want to do any of those bosses ever again. I'll be real. I'm gonna say it was pretty cool. It was an enjoyable experience in the same way that Silent Hill 4 is an enjoyable experience for me. It's like a trash game, but it's so fun at the same time. Oh my gosh, Bunny Graveyard coming to Switch during the stream. It was announced. Wow! I willed it. I willed it into existence. Cult of the Lamb, Relics of the Old Faith. I just powered through that DLC so fucking fast, but I'm gonna say it was solid. That was a good DLC. I enjoyed that you could have Baal and the other one, I think, as members of your cult. I did not enjoy that they could grow old and die. And I also did not enjoy that they could also leave you for their mother if you took them with you as demons, and then never come back to your cult. I was very upset about that. I did get an achievement or whatever, but I was mad because I wanted them with me. Contributing to the cult's totem, thank you so much. The relics themselves in the game were an interesting addition. However, like, the new boss fights, the ramped up difficulty with the boss fights was really annoying, actually. So I'm still gonna say it was solid because I did like a lot of the additions that they added, but Resident Evil 4 Remake, really fucking good. Game of the year for me, to be quite honest. This game changed my brain chemistry as a completely different, like, category. This is where I put things that made, like, rewired my brain. I don't know if Resident Evil 4 Remake did that, but Resident Evil 4 Remake was, like, the most solid game I ever played. The one complaint that everybody had for this game was it was too long, and I was confused because I'm like, why would you play the most fun shit ever and think, yeah, you know what? I want less of that shit. No, I wanted that game to go on for 70 hours. I kind of want to play it again already. Cult of the Lamb is a video game I have opinions on that would probably get me crucified on most furry Twitch streams. I would play it for 70 hours. What was it? It was like 30 hours or something. No, I don't know how long it was. I would play it forever. I played Resident Evil 4 like 3 times before I even streamed it. It was so good. It was my favorite game. That feels like open world sandbox game hours. Yeah, you know what? I would play it. I would play it. That also feels like Final Fantasy hours, you know? God, I loved it. I loved it so much. Silent Hill Downpour. This is so fucking bad. Let me rant about Silent Hill Downpour for a bit because I have feelings. I have so many fucking feelings about Silent Hill and Silent Hill Downpour. Okay. I'm gonna go on a rant. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant. And I realized this, like, fairly recently. Like, this is what made Silent Hill Downpour such a disappointment to me. And the thing is, Silent Hill Downpour was trying too hard to be Silent Hill 2, like a lot of the Silent Hill spin-offs were trying to be. Origins also was kind of trying to do that, and also apparently Homecoming does something like that as well. And they just all try to be Silent Hill 2 in the fact that they try to make the monsters projections of the protagonists, like fears, and they make the story all about this character is feeling guilty about something that they did, and they are being brought to Silent Hill so they can pay for their sins. So they all try to do that, but they don't quite understand what about Silent Hill 2 is so good, and what is so good about the first 4 Silent Hill games in general. The thing about the original Silent Hill games that makes them so good and so, like, resonate with so many people is they're relatable. And that sounds dumb. That might sound dumb, especially for games about occult religions and you know, the all these themes that we have. Silent Hill 1 is... Okay, let me back up a little bit. My dad loves Silent Hill 1 so much because you play as a single dad looking for his 7-year-old daughter in a creepy town. Now, can my dad relate to having to look for a 7-year-old daughter in a creepy town? Probably not. but he can relate to Harry being a single father, having a 7-year-old kid, especially considering when the game came out, I was 7 years old. So there's that connection to the player that the games make. Granted, not everybody playing Silent Hill 1 is going to be a single father. However, there's going to be a lot of people in the player base that relate to Harry Mason in some way. Silent Hill 2 is especially relatable, despite I don't think a lot of people in the player base will have like the experience that James has had in the end. I don't want to spoil anything. However, I feel like most people can relate to having like a loved one fall ill, fatally ill even, and the struggles, the emotional struggles with that. I feel like most people in the player base know what that feels like. And Silent Hill 3, a lot of the player base is like either women or AFAB or grew up as women and or young women and know the fears of being a woman and understand Heather's fears. And Silent Hill 4 is a completely like different animal. Well, I'm sorry, I'm Silent Hilling out, but it's fine. We're talking about Silent Hill Downpour. Silent Hill 4 is relatable in the fact that your safe place is your apartment, and it has a layout of many people's apartments, so much so that it had the same layout as my dad's apartment when he was playing it. So this is why Silent Hill games are good, is they're relatable. Silent Hill Downpour is not relatable at all. That's the problem with it. It is shoving down your throat. Murphy feels guilty. Murphy is guilty about something. You can't run from the past, Murphy. Oh no! That was his name, right? I don't remember. Fucking. So, I'm gonna spoil Downpour because I don't give a shit. The thing that Murphy was guilty for is, so his, like, child got, like, assaulted and murdered by a freak, who went to jail. And so Murphy ended up purposefully landing himself in jail so he could kill him. That already is not super relatable. That is not a thing that many people would do. Granted, a lot of people couldn't relate to James's situation, like, or at least what he was brought to do, but you could at least understand why he would be brought to do that. I don't think a lot of people would have that logical leap. Honestly, I don't think a lot of people would be like, I'm gonna get myself in jail so I can kill this guy who killed my child. Not a lot of people would do that. Hey, I'm back. I see you liked Anatomy. I loved Anatomy. Thank you. Welcome back. I'm ranting about Silent Hill Downpour. So that aspect is already unrelatable. The other aspect that Murphy feels guilty for, he doesn't feel guilty for killing him. He feels guilty because the cop that made him able to get away scot-free, killing this guy, said, hey, I'm doing this for you. You gotta do something for me. You gotta kill this other cop that I don't like. That was a good cop, quote unquote. There's no such thing. So he is blackmailed essentially into killing somebody else that he doesn't want to kill. So he ends up not being able to go through with it and just basically beats the shit out of this nice cop, quote unquote nice cop, basically making him like he has to use a wheelchair now and he has to be on life support. None of this is relatable. Nobody gets themselves to go to jail to kill somebody and then is blackmailed into killing another cop. This is not a relatable experience whatsoever. And this is why I hate Downpour. On top of the gameplay being shit, the combat was not great. And also, there's segments the Otherworld segments were boiled down to there's a creepy, weird twister thing coming after you that the closer it gets to you, the slower you move. How cool is that? And then, so then you just slowly die. What the fuck? Anyway, I hate Silent Hill Downpour. Downpour feels like a Hollywood story meant to say revenge bad. Yeah, no, it also, it's very much like, oh, we need to put in as much melodrama as possible to make this story good. And that's not how it works. It's not how it works. At all. At all. I'm gonna cut down my Downpour rant, maybe. Have a super cut of my Downpour rant. Anyway, Dredge the Pale Reach. It was alright. Oh, this was Dust City by Kitty Horror Show. It was pretty cool. I liked that you could find passwords for documents to open in the file that the game was in. That was a really neat aspect. Earl's Day Off. This was an Airdorf game, and Turpleduk made this. It was alright. I've played it before. I do like the twist in it. It's a very short game jam game. It was alright. It was good. It was fun. It was goofy. I liked the vibe. Downpour equals Silent Hill 2 was all about guilt and nothing else, so we should focus on that. Yeah. The other thing... Okay, I'm going back a little bit. The other thing is, Downpour was constantly talking about guilt. Guilt, 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 trauma. All the time. All the time, people were talking about guilt. I don't think Silent Hill 2 ever mentioned guilt, but it made you feel it. I'm scared that the Silent Hill 2 remake will be closer to Downpour than the game it's actually being a remake of. It's trauma! Fucking hate it. I'm also scared of that. Facade. While I really loved streaming Facade, I don't think it's for me. I don't think it's for me. I don't think I'd ever be able to actually get the ending, if there is one, of that game, because Divorce Simulator is uncomfortable to me. Just look at the Silent Hill 2 remake and laugh. You know what? No matter what, no matter how bad it is, I'm still gonna play Bloober Hill. I'm still gonna play it, and I'm fearful. Maybe it'll be okay. Who knows? Who knows? I'll give it a chance. I'm playing it whether it's bad or not. I missed you streaming Facade. You sure did. I only streamed it for like 40 minutes. What made Downpour bad is that it told you that you should be guilty, while Silent Hill 2 made you feel bad. Yes. Yes, Downpour was like, you should feel guilty. Silent Hill 2 made you feel guilty. It didn't make you feel... It made you feel guilty for sympathizing with the character that did something terrible. That's what it did. That's what it did. I love Silent Hill 2. Faith 64, I think, was really well done. However, the boss fight in that game, in the original, was already a pain in the ass. Making it in 3D made it insufferable. I'm gonna say it could be worse. Also pointed out that even those of us who seem the most good-intentioned are capable of horrible things. Yes! That's super relatable. That's super relatable. No, it's fine. We can continue to talk about Silent Hill as we talk about other horror games. I have more to go through, and I have 15 minutes left. So I'm gonna start rapid-firing these. Fear the Spotlight was really good. I'm gonna say it was solid. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna put it up here. It was described as Silent Hill for young adults, and I agree. I think it's a very good gateway horror game, so if you ever are hesitant to get into horror games, definitely give Fear the Spotlight a try. Feedvid Live, I loved the concept. It was very short, but that's fine. It was not super realistic. I'm gonna say it was pretty cool. Fishing Vacation was very silly, and I liked Fishing Vacation. I'm gonna say it was pretty cool. Generic fishing game was alright. I didn't like the sounds. It was kind of over the top, and it was also a bullet hell, which I'm not super into. Silent Hill 2 is one of the most nuanced, layered, intelligent horror games out there, close second to Soma. I liked Soma a lot. It's hard to say, like, I feel like they're apples and oranges, personally. Gyroscopia. I think there was a lot of effort put into, like, the character design and animations and stuff, and it was very, like, admirable in this game. However, it was super easy to get lost and not know where to go in this game. I did like the twist a lot, but it was alright. I'm gonna say Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, pretty solid. I like playing as a Ghostbuster. I think the idea of a asymmetrical PvP sort of deal is really cool with the theme of Ghostbusters, where one person plays as the ghost and 3 people play as Ghostbusters. It's great. It's really fun as far as that style of game goes. Did I play Gyroscopia after the big update? I have not. I should play it again. I should check it out. Meta/self-aware horror is super hit or miss. Oh yeah. It's so easy when writing a story like that to have people just be tragic but still irredeemable. Oh. Are the frames... Oh, it's green for me right now. Interior Worlds was really fucking good. I liked oh God, I can't fucking talk. Interior Worlds. I really liked that. That was my favorite liminal space horror game, made by the same dev as Hypnagogia. Liminal space photography game. Very good idea. Just creepy enough. Awesome. The frame's framed for a moment. It's fine. We're reaching the end. Little Nightmares 2, also really fucking good. Let's go up here. There we go. Little Nightmares is wonderful. I think I liked Little Nightmares 2 even more than the first game. Oh yeah, Interior Worlds was definitely the best liminal space horror game, I think. It's got the vibes, and it's also, like, a good game. I liked Amanda the Adventurer, but I wouldn't say it's really fucking good. I would say it's solid. This was solid. I enjoyed it. I think it was very scrimbly-bimbly horror, but it was fun and enjoyable. Oh! Buddy Simulator. Buddy Simulator. Really fucking good. Really fucking good. How Fish is Made? What do I do with How Fish is Made? It changed my brain chemistry. You know what? It changed my brain chemistry. House, this was so fucking bad. I don't even want to, like, talk about it. I hated House. Phasmophobia I play every year, all the time. It's solid. I like it. I like it. Phasmophobia is a solid game. It's really fun. I honestly prefer Lethal Company as a multiplayer game at the moment, but they are also pretty different flavors. Pretty different flavors. What, you think Phasmophobia is bad? What? Are you talking about House? I do talk about that silly fish game every single stream. I do think it changed my brain chemistry. Pokemon Infinite Fusion also changed my brain chemistry. I'm still playing it to this day, all the time, every day. So, you know, it's changed my life. Invalidate your aid. It's a hard name to say. I was worried about this one. I'm gonna be real, because it had a bad rating on the page I got it from. But after playing it, I realized it's a troll game. That's why. But I thought it was very funny, and I thought it was very fun. Jackbox. The new Jackbox was really fucking good. I liked it a lot. I just love Jackbox in general, and it makes for a lot of very silly times. Katamari is really fucking good. You can't go wrong. Jammer Lammy. Oh, I'm gonna say it just isn't for me. Jammer Lammy is cute. I love the music. It's great. Game is too hard. Oh, you're behind. I see. That makes sense. You can refresh. Jammer Lammy. Too hard. Too hard of a horror game. Unfair. Too unfair. We haven't even gotten to Obscure. Can you believe this? LSD Dream Emulator. I want to say it was pretty cool. It's not a game. It's a contemporary piece of art. I played too many games, you guys. I have 9 minutes left. But... okay. Obscure... as much as I hate on Obscure, I think it was alright. I don't think it was, like, a lot of people said, like, in the reviews, they're like, this is the best co-op horror game ever! And I was just kind of like, it's alright. I don't think Obscure would be this is so fucking bad. You know what? Could be worse. No. I don't know if it's alright. I'm torn. Mother was pretty cool. I'm disappointed that the end just became shit. PT for PC was very, very fucking good. There were a few things that weren't perfectly recreated, but that's okay. Silent Hill Origins. I didn't like the story. It was pretty cool. Alright. It was alright. It was alright. I liked it more than Obscure. Obscure 2 co-op was hard to set up. The first Obscure wasn't. Oh, Death and Taxes. That was early in the year. That was solid. That was a neat concept. My Friendly Neighborhood was fucking good. Get up there. We already talked about that one. Metal Gear Solid 2. That's also... I gotta put it in solid because it has solid in the name. Why is milk inside a bag of milk here twice? Get out of here. Nightmare Zapping was alright. That one was really short, and I feel like it had a cool concept, but didn't really do enough with it. Obscure 2, I actually liked more than Obscure 1. Observation Duty, just not for me. It gave me a migraine. I don't want to play it again. Milk 2. Outlast Trials, I really like. I don't know if I would say it's fucking amazing or really fucking good. I think it's really solid. I think it's up here. I think it's up here. I think it needs more maps, and then maybe it'll be really fucking good. Parappa? Pretty cool. It may be surprising. I don't think Parappa's a really great game. Parappa 2 is better, though. Placid Plastic Duck. Changed my brain chemistry. Oh god, what was this was called like Rain something. This was pretty cool. Resident Evil Randomizer. I mean, it was solid. Space Channel 5 definitely changed my brain chemistry. How Fish is Made is in here twice too. I think it deserves it though. Separate Ways was solid. I liked it. But it just kind of felt like an abridged version of Resident Evil 4 Remake, and it was kind of The Silent Hill 2 demake for the Game Boy was fun. Observation duty? I hardly know oration duty. God. God, the Silent Hill 4 randomizer was really... It's in early development, it's not really done, but I had such a good time with that. Silent Hill Shattered Memories, I like. It's pretty cool. I don't think it's solid. I think it is the most aware of its identity, or sure of its identity as a Silent Hill spin-off game. So I like it. I enjoy it. I like the story. I like the ending. I think it has a lot of problems, but I think it's an enjoyable experience. Soma! Oh. Did it change my brain chemistry? Did it? I think it was really fucking good. Stanley Parable changed my brain chemistry. Subnautica is not for me. The last one and then another, that also changed my brain chemistry because that's just part of how Fish is made. Truss also changed my brain chemistry. I didn't get to talk about that game enough and I'm sad about it. That one was good. World of Horror isn't for me. Yearwalk was pretty, but I don't think it was for me because it was very much a screamer jump scare game. Yume Nikki definitely changed my brain chemistry, and I think that's it. Somadies? Sorry. I was reading the chat. Somadies made Case laugh. God! Jordan pinned Somadies. Thank you. I'll +2 that one. God. Which one? Did How Fish is Made change anybody else's brain chemistry, or is that just me? Oh my god. We had some good games this year. Where's We Love Katamari? Damn it. There's a few that didn't make it in this list and a few that were doubles for some reason. But whatever. Whatever. I don't think it's invalid that the game changed your brain chemistry. It did. I don't know what it is about that game, but it fucked me up. And I think about the fish in that game every day. And I think about the ducks in Placid Plastic Duck, and I think about Ooh La La. Good lord. Are you playing more Prey today? Cool. Wah. It was a solid musical number. It was. That's pretty much all there was to that game. That and flopping around like a fish. I don't know, something about the message of that game, that 15-minute game, being, are you gonna go up or down? And then either way you go, you have the same fate. Just struck me for some reason. It was like, do you want to become a pile of trash, or do you want to become a fish sandwich? It was like, oh. There was something about that. man. What does Soma even mean? In the context of that game. I don't remember. I don't remember. Who doesn't want to be a fish sandwich? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go over here though. Now that we finished the tier list. And we can just chat a little bit more. Before we raid the case. Oh, shit! I was gonna do the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway, guys. I'm gonna give away... this is why I had to have the sticker on screen at all times, or else I was gonna forget. I forgot because we had the internet troubles earlier. We're gonna keychain. We're gonna keychain before I go. So, I am giving away a double-sided keychain that I'm gonna order probably tomorrow. A few of them. But one side is Poniko from Yumeniki, and the other side, well, the other side is also Poniko, but with an Uboa face. So if you would like to win this keychain, this double-sided keychain, all you have to do is... Oh, I am bright now. All you have to do is type !keychain in the chat. And you will become eligible to win it. Like that. Like that. Is it working? Why are you not working? It should be working. Nightbot, why are you being a shit? Why are you being a shit? I'm gonna do a test one real quick to see if it works. It says no eligible users. Hang on, let me reset it. That's weird. It says Nightbot is eligible, apparently. That's silly. Hang on. Nightbot wins. No. How is Nightbot eligible? Okay. I'm trying. Guys, type it again in the chat so you can pop up. Because only Jordan and, I think Sam. Actually, Salmon didn't type it. Okay, now it's doing it. Now it's working. Now it's working. Cool. Unless you did type it and I don't... Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, never mind. There we go. Okay, so we got Jordan, we got Synth, we got Corgi, we got Drunken Opossum, we got Oversolar. Okay, okay. Those are all in. Is there anybody else who needed to retype it? I don't think so. I think that's everybody. Okay. Alright. The one true keychain. The one true keychain. We're gonna give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away. Whoop! Synth! You won the keychain. Congrato. Yippee! It'll be a bit before I get it, but I'm definitely going to send that once I get it. So congratulations. on winning that. I can send it to the same address you already sent me. Pretty sure. Let me write that down. Synth. Keychain. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Clap. That wasn't loud enough. There we go. Congrato. I really like this. I worked hard on that. Oh, I'm so excited for that keychain. I will show everybody once I get the keychains in. And I may... Because normally you have to order at least a few in order to be able to order the keychains. Like, there's a minimum you have to order. So I will show you all those keychains and probably put them in the rest of them in my Etsy store. But you won one for free! It's free! Are you ready? Whenever. Okay. Alright. And now it is time to head out to the case. Oh, it's wrong! Next stream is gonna be short showcase, not tomorrow. Saturday at 6 p.m. Okay. Alright. Cool, 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 cool. And we are going to wish Case a Happy New Year. Do it. And watch them pray. Amazing. Alright. Have a good day, everybody. I'm gonna go make soup later. Yippee!